Wonderful friends, respected friends, great, serious, sincere sadhakas, heart filled with gratitude and wishes and prayers. You're welcome. Minimum thing we are doing here of keeping ourselves in touch with the truth and keeping ourselves inspired through this every day. Shastra Shravana Dhyana, though it is one of the very difficult tasks for the modern beings for various reasons. Cherish that, enjoy that. O Lord, let this minimum should not go away. In fact, this should become maximum. We want to occupy ourselves in the study of Shastras so much that we are totally into it and come to that experience said by the Shastras, reached by the Rishis in this very life. Friends, here we are, like every day, to spend our time in our seven sadhanas, Mangalacharana shlokas, Guru Parampara shlokas, Sankalpa for our sadhana, for our Sanatana Dharma, Bharata Varsha, Sankalpa for the entire universal good. We do our chanting of the Upanishad mantras and we will be studying our Chandogya Upanishad, first chapter, mm, first Khanda. Ninth mantra is over, the 10th one, perhaps the last one of this Khanda. So, this way, the Gurus will come and teach and go ahead. The Shruti Mata, in that way, gives us an opportunity. The Divine also provides us all the abilities, facilities, conveniences. You know, what we are doing with them. First of all, are we aware of what is there, what we are given, what is its glory? Then, are we aware of wanting to or aware of we must use them? Then, how to use them? Pranava Upasana is the topmost thing that can be taught for a student. Second topmost. After that is only the Brahma Tattva Upadesha. With this 10th mantra, wherein one question is raised by Shruti Mata herself. Vichitra, isn't it? And she herself answers it. This first khanda will be accomplished. Let us see. After that, we will have our Vedic mantra chanting like every day. We will also have our Rishi Smarana chanting the Rishi Gayatri mantra, now which has become an essential part in our life. Every day, Shruti Adhyayana, Devata Upasana, Rishi Smarana have to become, they have almost become for the ones who are coming regularly, an inseparable part of our daily sadhanas. One Parabrahma Tattva only in the form of so many rishis appearing and going on doing his leela of sustaining all the Manushya, especially on this path of perfection. We are also from our side, through all those rishis and devatas, invoking the kripa of one Paramatattva only. And luckily for us, we don't have any second goal honestly. We have only that ultimate goal. Through these prayers every day, we are strengthening our desire to reach that goal. When the desire is very strong, then we look for the means. Means are already told, already existing, not difficult at all. What is most difficult is single pointedly desiring the truth. And truth cannot be desired along with other desires. It has to be single pointed. It cannot be with any other things added with it. That's the only difficulty in us right now, to the exclusion of everything else. Only Paramatma I want. When that desire is stronger, then all in all, totally with all our abilities and conveniences, we will only go for it. And that's a necessary condition. We have to go for the reality fully, totally, without any diversions or divided loyalties as they call it. No, nothing else. Then definitely we reached. So may all these things happen to us. Also, a small common sense thought. Let us discuss. So here we are doing these sadhanas to invoke the Parabrahma Kripa, the Ishvara Kripa, the Jagannatha Kripa, Sakala Devata Gana Kripa, Sakala Rishi Muni Guru Gana Kripa, Sakala Shruti Smriti Purana Itihasa Shastra Kripa, so to Sakala Jiva Koti Kripa, the fellow living beings who are there in this universe. And we know which are our 21 Vyaktitvas. We have to strengthen. Few times we remembered it. We leave it in between for your remembrance throughout the day to save time here. लोकसेवक धर्मस्थापक विरागी भक्त शिष्य मुमुक्षु जिज्ञासु श्रोत साधक परिश्रमी प्रेरित प्रशांत गंभीर संस्कृत भाषा ज्ञाता व्याकरण सहित गुरु उपासक दैवोपासक मननकर्ता चिंतनकर्ता निधिध्यासनकर्ता अनुभवी अनुभवनिष्ठित, then sharing that anubhava with the world, serving the world spiritually. 21 Vyaktitvas. Minimum, these are our aim, which are said by all our Shastras, which are achieved by all those whom we call as saints, sages, noble people. Here we are, starting with our Shanti mantras, Guru Paramparas, Smarana mantras. Are we available to ourselves? Are we available to this grace? Just check within. Be fully prepared. Every day, these instructions need not be told. Long back, we used to say every day, ab jarurat nahi. You are matured enough to know once we are in the class, we have to be in the class with all our faculties and their abilities. Om. Om. ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ॐ यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः सच्छास्त्राः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम् ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः ॐ ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलं स्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे ॐ व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः ॐ सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् ॐ विदिता किल शास्त्रसुधा जलधे महितोपनिषत् कथितार्थनिधे हृदये कलये विमलं चरणं भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम् ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। ॐ परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। छान्दोग्योपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणेतिहाससन्तवाङ्मयोक्त साध्यसाधनानुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं तत्रोक्तऋषिमुनिगुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहानुभवप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्तिविश्व आध्यात्मिकप्रगत्यर्थं धर्मसंस्थापकानां नित्यनिरन्तर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराममन्दिरवत् शिवकृष्णादिमन्दिरादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरन्तरशास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तरशत्रुविघ्नशाश्वतसमूलनिर्मूलनपूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिकैन्दवसंस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्षपुरुषार्थानां सुसम्प्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रतिभक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्मसाफल्यार्थम् अनेकशास्त्राणाम् अध्ययनसाधना प्रयत्नमध्ये श्रीसामवेदान्तर्गत छान्दोग्योपनिषदः श्री आद्यशंकर भाष्य सहित अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थम वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम सच्चिदानंद सांद्राय सर्वातीताय साक्षिणे नमः श्री देशिकेन्द्राय शिवाय शिवघातिने ओमाप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणः चक्षुः श्रोत्रम् अथो बलम् इन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो ते मयि सन्तो। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Although in this Shanti mantra, every Vakya is so very important for us as sadhakas. Ye Upanishatsu dharmaha te mayi santu can be more important at present because of whatever the state of mind we are in. Let all the Upanishadic dharmas, the Yogyata dharmas, the sadhana dharmas, the Anubhava dharmas, the Anubhava Uttara dharmas. So the Yogyata dharmas are which qualify us. Sadhana dharmas are the practices which we have to do. Anubhava dharmas are direct experiencing the truth as we are, as it is said and as we are. Then Jnanottara dharmas are the full-fledged involvement in serving the world through this Adhyatmika or in this Adhyatmika Kshetra. So, Temai Santu, the very, very important thing, if you have caught it, if it is appealing to you, the Shrotas, that Ye Upanishadsu Dharmaha Temai Santu. Why those Upanishad Dharmas you are wanting in you? Answer is Atmani Nirate Mai. Because I have gone through million lives in the Anatma, I found only Apurnata, then Arakshana, incompleteness, insecurity alone. Enough of all of that. Now I want to be the Atma Anubhavi. Therefore, all my efforts are only for Atmanirati. I am firm in this. So Atmani Nirate Mai, in me who is now totally dedicated for the Atmanubhava, in such me. Ye Upanishad Dharmaha, whatever are the most beautiful Upanishad, Yogyata, Sadhana, Anubhava, Anubhavottara Dharmas, Temai Santu, Temai Santu. So it's a beautiful Sankalpa, beautiful Prayatna, beautiful Prarthana, isn't it? So while doing this, as much we are single pointed, as much we are concentrating, as much we are intense and deep, exclusive, without any ambiguity, without any distraction, without any forgetfulness, without any half-heartedness, without any that haziness, or laziness or hastiness. That decides how much clear we are in our goal, in our means. Ye Upanishads Dharmaha Te Mai Santo, such a beautiful quality. And it is the genuine maturity of the uh, Rishi through whom this mantra is expressed, because he knows and he doesn't want the Atmanubhava without Upanishadic dharmas. He knows without those qualifications and efforts, the Anubhuti will not come. He is not looking for, searching for any shortcut methods, any methods which are against the Shastras, and he is just knowing that only a qualified can get the result. That is the right way. Let me be qualified. That intensity, that sincerity in him you can see when he says, Ye Upanishads Dharmaha Te Mai Sant. Without qualification, he doesn't want. He wants qualifications first. That is the beauty of a matured person. मुझे कुछ भी नहीं चाहिए बिना योग्यता का. And then मुझे योग्यता सब कुछ चाहिए. And then when the yogyata comes, everything comes. Okay. Om Atha Samaveda Chandogyopanishad Prathamodhyayah Prathamah Khandah. Start. Om Omityetadaksharam Udgeetham Upasita Omiti Udgayate Tasya Upavyakhyanam ईशां भूतानां पृथिवीरसः पृथिव्या आपो रसः अपामोषधयो रसः ओषधीनां पुरुषो रसः पुरुषस्य वाग्रसः वाक्षः ऋग्रसः ऋचः सामरसः साम्नः उद्गीथो रसः सः एषः रसानागं रसतमः परमः परार्ध्यः अष्टमः अयमुद्गीतः कतमा कतमर्क कतमत् कतमत् साम कतमः कतम उद्गीतः इति विमृष्टं भवते वागे वरुक प्राणः साम ॐ इति एतदक्षरमुद्गीतः तद्वा एतत् मिथुनं यद्वाक् च प्राणश्च ऋक् च साम च तदेतत् मिथुनं ॐ इति एतस्मिन्नक्षरे सगं सृज्यते यदा वै मिथुनौ समागच्छत आपयतो वै तौ अन्योन्यस्य कामम् आपयिताः वै कामानां भवति य एतदेवं विद्वान् अक्षरमुद्गीतमुपास्ते तद्वा एतत् अनुज्ञा अक्षरं यद्धि किञ्च अनुजानाति ॐ इत्येव तदाह एषः एव समृद्धिर् यदनुज्ञां समर्दयिताः वै कामानां भवति एतदेवं विद्वान् अक्षरमुद्गीतमुपास्ते तेनेयं त्रयी विद्या वर्तते ओमित्याश्रावयति ओमिति शगंसति ओमिति उद्गायति एतस्यैव अक्षरस्य अपचित्यै महिम्ना रसेन तेन उभौ कुरुतः यश्च एतदेवं वेद यश्च न वेद नानातु विद्या च अविद्या च यदेव विद्यया करोति श्रद्धया उपनिषदा तदेव वीर्यवत्तरं भवते इति खलु एतस्य एव अक्षरस्य उपव्याख्यानं भवति. Complete. Beautiful is this khanda. है ना? It is checking our Shraddha Bhakti. This khanda giving us the initial support guidance. And how much we are understanding, receiving this guidance, and abiding by what is said there decides our further khanda and the teachings that are given in that and our using that. Hmm. So the ninth mantra exhaustively we saw yesterday. What was that? Ki tena iyam trayi vidya vartate om iti ashravayati om iti shagamsati om iti udgayat. So tena omkarena trayi vidya vartate. Because of the Om only, the Trayi Vidya, the Vedic Yajnayagas, Karma Kandas are happening. How, sir? Give some example. Yeah, we will give you. The Udgata does the Udganam. First one. The Ashravanam is done only by Omkara. Om iti Ashravayat. So too, the Shamsanam is done by the Om. Om iti Shamsati. Then Udganam is done by the Om. Om iti Udgayati. These are enough proofs to say that it is because of Om only this whole Yajna Prakriya starts. Happens also. Trayi Vidya means Yajna. All that is said in the Vedas. Second, the whole this Trayi Vidya is again done for whom? For Paramatma only. Who is Paramatma? Is Omkar. Therefore, etasya aksharasya avachityai Trayi Vidya vartate. So, because of whom the Traividya happening? Om. For whose sake the Om Traividya is happening? That also. Okay. Then who is empowering this yajna to happen? Isn't it? Who is empowering? Who is giving all the minimum main resources? It is again the Om only. See the difference of these three things. One is Tena Iyam Traividya Vartate means the entire Vedas, Veda Karma Kandas, and their results all have come from Omkar. Through this Traividya Ityadi, who is worshipped? The Parabrahma. And he is Om only. Therefore, Tena Iyam Vartate, then Tasya Etasya Aksharasya Avachityai Iyam Traividya Vartate. And third one is what? They're all theory. Practically to do, the empowerment is required. Who is the one giving again? It is he only because it is his Mahima, listen carefully, which is expressing as the prana, the life, prana, the energy in all the living beings who are involved in that yajna. Mahimna means pranena. Okay, it is the Omkara whose one expression is prana, life as well as Shakti, because of which the Rutvik, the Yajamana, and every one of them are alive, active, energetic, and they are doing it. Second is all the dravyas that are utilized, the Havihi, the Ahutis, etc. They are all finally coming from the Om only. So, Rasena means the Dravyena. So, entire Dravya utilized is Om Swarupa. The prana as well as life in all the living beings involved in that yajna also is from the Omkara. Then who is worshipped? Whether it may be Agni or Indra, Varuna or Vayu, all of them are expression of Brahman only, and the Brahman is indicated by Omkara. Therefore, etasyeva aksharasya vasitte. So too, by the he is Omkar only, Traividya Vartate, Om Ucharana only sanctifies, again strengthens, empowers, gives permission for all these three and all other activities that are involved in accomplishing a yajna. The three important things are Ashravayati, Shamsati, Udgayati. In that Ashravanam, all the invocation, invitation are there, and all the mantrocharana and oblation offerings are there. In the Shamsanam, the Devatas who have come, they are praised, they are thanked for their arrival, etc. Then in the Udganam, they are entertained, so that they are fully pleased that they have not even a little doubt to bless us. And this is how the Om is the one because of which the Traividya is happening, and Om is the one for whose sake the Traividya is happening. And again, it is Om only, which is with its Mahima and Rasa, seeing that the thing is practically done. These are all Upasana. You can outrightly reject it by saying, ये मेरे दिमाग में नहीं बैठ रहा है, I don't see any logic. In Upasana, there is no logic, there is only Shraddha. है ना? Like in that stone, I don't believe the Lord, I cannot understand logically. Yeah, there is nothing logic. It is your bhavana, it is your Shraddha. And the beauty is what? Without logic, with bhavana and Shraddha, the result comes. Without logic, illogically, from that stone I am worshipping, the Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva, Ganapati, they come and they bless. Again, you ask, what is the logic? There is no logic here. It happens, that's it. So we are not lost in the logic, which is so limited. We are beyond the logic into Shraddha, which is so beautiful. So we do it, we get the result. देखो दिमाग है लेकिन दिमाग अल्टीमेट नहीं है ना. सब चीजें दिमाग में समझ में आने का जरूरत नहीं है ना. Those who call themselves as the Hetuvadis, Vadin the logicians, the ones who want to fully get satisfied for their questions of hows and whys, spirituality can't be for them. Because how can you prove the spirituality with logic? Spirituality begins when your logic ends. It is not illogical, it is beyond logic. Isn't it? The whole world is like, why the world is existing? Tell me what is the logic? Why human being should have this body? What is the logic? Why all his inner system should be like that? Batao, my dear scientist, my dear Hetuvadi. There is no logic, but there is something beyond that. From the Lord's side, it is His divine grace and sankalpa. From our side, it is our Shraddha Bhakti. In one go, hold on to Om as your Upasana of Paramatma for your Antakarana Shuddhi and even Paramatma Prapti. In one saying, somebody can accept it and start doing it, and quickly he can reach out. Even after 10,000 times listening, still one can be in the doubt. Because he is in doubt, not certain, he won't even start. So he won't get benefit. Think about it. Where do we stand in this two? So having done this Navama mantra, now let us enter into the Dashama last mantra. Anything to be discussed in the Navama mantra? Let me see. Yeah. तथा एतस्यैव अक्षरस्य रसेन व्रीह्यवादि रस निर्वृत्तेन हविषा इत्यर्थः. Mahimna means what? Kimcha etasyeva aksharasya mahimna means mahatvena. By the mahima, by the mahatva of this omkara only. What is that mahima mahatva of the omkara? Because of which yajna is accomplished. Ruktvik yajamana adi pranaihi ityartha. Aina? That prana shakti, then that prana life. Without which all the Rutvik yajamanas cannot do anything for themselves. What can they do as a Havana or for Havana? Nothing. In the form of that Jiva Shakti, Prana, Jivana Shakti, and the Shakti, Omkara only is working there. Isn't it? So, what is taught here is not only knowledge, it is a Upasana. Direct. Like when you attend a yajna, You are seeing all the Ritviks. No, they are alive. Yeah, that life in them is Omkara. Seeing it in that way is your our upasana. Are they having prana shakti or not? Prana shakti is energy with which their body, voice is vigorously working, even the mind. That is Omkara. That is what our upasana. Are they doing the ashravanam, shamsanam, udganam? Yeah. See them, see their actions of ashravanam, shamsanam, udganam, but see that it is happening because of Omkara, because um, एतेन ही देश त्रैविद्या वर्तते. And they are doing it. Indraya Swaha, Varunaya Swaha. So many mantras they are chanting. For you and I, the Pranava Upasakas, the Indra Varuna are the expressions of that Om only. Therefore, they are doing for the apachiti of that Om only. Etasyeva aksharasya apachityai. Isn't it? So this observation is called Omkara Upasana. है ना? Like a Krishna Bhakta, he says when the cow is walking, the Shakti in that cow is my Lord Krishna, who is making it alive, who is making it walk and do whatever it is doing. When he sees a tree, my Lord Krishna only standing in that form. Isn't it? That's how the Krishna Upasana, Ram Upasana, we are taught in Gita 10th chapter, the Vibhutis, all of them are nothing but Upasana. But they all have come later on. Before that, it is Omkara, Pranava Upasana. So, when you are doing Krishna Upasana, you are at the Pauranika Kala. When you do Pranava Upasana, we reach to the Vedic state of mind, where we become qualified actually to understand the Vedic Jnana, the Tattva Jnana is there. When you do Krishna Rama, you are developing your devotion, which is the main theme of the Purana Itihasa. That fetches us all those results. You know? But the ultimate result being the Brahma Prapti, so Om leads for us towards that. Because the Om leads us to the Brahma Anubhuti. In the Brahma Anubhuti, it's a pure Brahman. There are no upadhis, there are no upadhi level sukhas. That is why those who don't want that Brahma Prapti, more than that, those who are happy with the worldly sukhas, they themselves don't do the Om Upasana and they tell the people who come to them for guidance, नहीं 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 ओम सन्यासियों के लिए होता है, तुम्हारे लिए नहीं है, तुम ओम मत करो, तुम कृष्ण राम करो. They themselves are afraid, are not fully matured to know that in pure Brahman, every desire is fulfilled, every ananda is gained. That maturity has not come to them because they themselves never studied the Upanishads like Taittiriya. So Shnute Sarvan Kaman Saha Brahmana Vipaschita iti. So he is not exposed. And if somebody is having all the malas, all chandana, and chanting all mantras, doing upasanas, called by everybody as Pandit, not necessary that he studied Vedanta, not necessary that he digested what is absolute reality. Therefore, he will speak what he knows, what he believes. He is right from that standpoint, but that standpoint is not ultimate. That's how you see the world where people, one side guiding and other side misguiding also. That's why the difficult most thing in life is to find who is the right guide. More than that, what is the right guidance? Depending on the guidance, the guide. If the guidance is moksha, liberation, then the guide is only a Sadguru who talks about the Brahma Vidya. Think about it. Be cool, calm, quiet, think, no biasness, just your own subtle, pure heart and intellect, which analyzes, when it does the contemplations, it will understand. We have come up to this. Tatha etasyeva aksharasya rasena means vrihiyavadi rasa nirvruttena havisha ityartha. The havisha, which is the outcome of the rasa of the vrihiyavadi. The vrihiyavadi have come from Omkara. Therefore, Omkara rasa is Vrihiyava rasa is Havihi, and that Havi is offered for the Yajna. Then the other way is what? Yaga Homadi Aksharena Kriyate. All the Yajna Homas are done by the Akshara Krupa. Second, Tacha Aditya Upadishtate. When this in the Yaga Homa, all the Hautis are offered, they go to Aditya. Tataha Vrishyadi Kramena Pranaha Annam Cha. From that Aditya through the rain, that ahutis which have offered come back to become the prana and anna, the life as well as the food. Then prana hi annena cha. Because of the pranas, because of the anna, yagna tayate. That the yagna is happening. Whether it is the jnana yagna or the said 11 the dravya yagnas in Gita. Ataha uchyate aksharasya mahimna rasena iti. That is why it is said it is by the aksharas mahima, aksharas rasa that these yajnas are done. And they are done addressing to the Akshara Paramatma, Etaseva Aksharasya Apachitya. And it is happening because Tena Iyam Traividya Vartate. From the Om only the Vedas have come. In the Omas or Vedas, all the Yagnayagas are indicated. So, Tenayam Traividya Vartate, Etasya Aksharasya Avachityai, then Etasya Aksharasya Mahimna Rasena. So, we have heard it. Now, as much we contemplate, as much we think about these things and digest them, and then see to it that the digestion is happening in the form of Shraddha in us. Now, the Shraddha Yukta Om Upasana, isn't it? In Bharatavarsha, it is Shraddha Yukta Guru Shastra Ukta Sadhana. And they used to straight away reach out. है ना? They were intellectual only to understand what said by Guru Shastra as a right. Their questioning, their inquiry started with faith, not with doubt. To some extent, the intellect got satisfied. Wherever the intellect did not satisfy, they did not run away. They experimented with faith. Then, with an experimentation done out of faith, they experienced the result which they understood. यार ये दिमाग से समझ में आने बात नहीं है, इसका beyond है. They used intellect, they accepted the limitation of intellect. They know the spirituality is not only limited to intellect. Naishatarkena madhirapanaya. Prokta अन्येनैव सुज्ञानाय प्रेष्ठ. है ना? There are with little subtle things there. See, these upadhis called mind and intellect, mind by questioning, intellect by inquiring, will help us. But everything is not questionable by mind. Intellect cannot understand everything. Oh, limitations thoda man mein rakho. Like if a foreigner, Westerner comes and asks, why should we do daily pada namaskara to our parents? अब मैं उसको लॉजिकली कैसे बताऊं, इंटेलेक्चुअली कैसे बताऊं उसको? It's our tradition. Matrudevo Bhava, Pitrudeva Bhava, Acharya Deva Bhava. Every day our day starts with our salutations to Mother, Father and Guru, taking them as Devata. We are doing it. Our heart is filled with love and devotion. Then we are with love and devotion serving them. They are also so kind. They are taking care of us. हमारा जिंदगी जबरदस्त चल रहा है. Beyond when that thing is happening so beautiful, why should we ask you? And whereas foreigners, to this question, the answer never comes. Therefore, they never do that namaskara. Therefore, all the life they are denied of that inner joy and those beautiful life. हमेशा पूछते रहते हैं मैं माँ बाप को प्रणाम क्यों करूं? कभी करते नहीं प्रणाम. We never ask. We just do the pranam and we get the benefit of it. And you just see that the grandchild, the moment he sees his grandmother in the morning, na, bye lago grandma, whatever, दादी जी करके जुग 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 जियो बेटा, when the grandma is blessing. Naturally, natural respect, effortless respect, natural blessing and sankalpa, effortless sankalpa. How beautiful is that culture, you see? What logic you can talk about it? When she says, जुग जुग जियो मेरा पुत्र, वो ऐसे कहती हैं, मेरा उम्र भी तुम्हें लग जाए. अरे, which foreigner can understand this? Which other religion can talk in this? Means, see that, see the level of that grandmother's love, that मेरा उम्र तुम्हें लग जाए, she says. वो थोड़ा सा उसको खरोच आया, चोट लगा, she डर जाती है वो कि मेरे बच्चे को कुछ ना हो जाए. Is there not a joy there in that love, in that emotion, in that sentiment? Is it not binding that family together? Are they not cooperating with each other? Are their resources not saved? Human resources, other resources? Are they not helping each other? Such a beautiful thing. In West, everything questioned with doubt. In East, everything is questioned with faith. And with doubt, when you question, with all answers gained, still you remain doubtful. Therefore, you never take up. In faith, with all the questions asked, whether you understand or not, you just do it. That is Hindu way. मेरे को पता नहीं भाई वहाँ राम जी है कि नहीं मंदिर में, तो जाऊंगा डेली, I do नमस्कार. That's it. And Rama is anyway there, he is blessing. This is the subtlety, the beauty of Upasana Yukta Jivan. Though not ultimate. Ultimate is through the vicharana of only the Upanishad Ukta Tattvasyadi Mahavakya, we have to realize Aham Brahmasmi. That is anyway ultimate. There is no second thought. But what integrates us, what synergizes our inner personality is this Shraddha Yukta Upasana. Isn't it? With all these things told, still if you have doubt, all the gurus of all the Upanishads who spoke about the Mahima of the Omkara, none of them can do anything. वो कहते हैं हम इतना कह सकते हैं, वैसे ज्यादा नहीं. बाकी तुम करोगे तो तुम्हें फल मिलेगा. Like I speak every day to you Upanishads. More than that, what can I do? It is you who has to create that interest in you. Come regularly, also study after the class, then contemplate on it, then grasp the essence. वो आपका कर्तव्य है, मैं क्या करूँ उसको? In that way. Okay, now enter into the last mantra. उद्गीत विद्या के जानने और न जानने वाले के कर्म का भेद. Okay, the karma is done, whether the yajna karma, the Vedika, the loka seva karma, the smarta karma. Yajna karma को श्रौत कहते हैं. All the loka seva karmas are called as smarta karma, not smart, smruti yukta karma. Then our own professional, the nitya karma. So nitya karma, smruti karma and shrauta karma. They can be done both by the ones who never do upasana and those who do upasana. Of them, there is a difference in the phala prapti. That is the subject here. And now you see, this is last mantra which we are studying now. Already the connection to it is given in the Sambandha Bhashya itself. By Shankar Bhagavan in the last paragraph, last line. See the completeness of Sambandha Bhashya, which we have spent 15 days to study. First portion he spoke about, there is no moksha other than Brahma Vidya. In the Jnana Karma Samuchaya, totally Khandita. Only through Jnana Moksha. Second portion, to obtain that Jnana for the Antakarana Shuddhi, you need to do the Upasana. Therefore, then he brought the Upasana. He did not say Upasana first because the highest should be told first. He should be convinced about it. One that's convinced how to achieve it, when the question comes, then we take the help of all that is available, all that is required. So we are convinced that only through Brahma Vidya Moksha. That was his purpose, the Bhashyakara Sambandha Bhashya. He told and went, he studied and moved ahead. Whether we understood or not, now nobody can do anything for it. If at all we have understood, then our intellects are settled in this conviction that only through Brahma Vidya obtained through Jnanam that there is moksha. karma will not give us moksha. Second portion, but to attain that Brahma Vidya, the Chitta Shuddhi Ekagrata required. Therefore, upasanas have to be done. So, the why upasana is told in the beginning of this Upanishad in the first Khanda Adhyaya itself, all that explanation was given. Then, toward the end, one thing he added, Muskurate mein. What is it, my dear? You and I are lost so much in the karma. Upasana without the karma, if we are told, it will be boring to us, it will be heavy to us. तो सिर्फ उपासना नहीं कर सकते. Therefore, कर्म सहित उपासना. See that Bhashya. I remember it. No, I am not referring. You can see that. The last sentence is karma sahita upasana. Okay? So the karma sahita upasana is karma helping the upasana, because though the upasana is exclusive and higher, at our one level, lower level, we cannot do directly upasana without karma. That is our weakness, our lacuna. We are lacking it. Otherwise, if we are qualified, no karma required, upasana will help. Therefore, upasana and jnana give us moksha. Even here also, upasana is required because our antakarana is not shuddha. Therefore, upasana helps in jnana. Otherwise, again, if somebody is qualified, upasana is also not required. Directly do the chintan. Directly you can go to knowledge, like Puja Gurudeva. You never say in his lectures, he is doing all these parayanas as we do. Straight away comes, and now then, yesterday, Lord Krishna spoke this. In the initial days, he used to do the OMKAA and all of his initial yajnas. But later on, to save the time also, conserve energy also, to do the work more and to cover more topic, straight away he used to enter into the lecture. अरे गुरुदेव सारे ऋषियों का स्मरण नहीं कर रहे. He is beyond that. He is into that inner highest level of serving the Brahma Tattva through the Shruti Mata. That all the Devatas, Rishis, whose Upasana you and I have to do at our level, they themselves will empower him, because it is their majburi now. Because they are looking for some channels or some means to work. He is available, so they all will come. He need not call them. That is higher level. At that time, straight away Jnanam, Upasana is not required. But did we reach there? No, no, the Upasana required. Still, can we do Upasana without karma? No, therefore do the karma also. Karma Yukta Upasana. अर्जुन को भगवान वही कह रहे हैं गीता में, एवरीवेयर सेम थिंग. सुन सुनकर सोचकर स्लोली द फर्स्ट स्टेप और स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग स्टार्ट्स डॉनिंग इन अस. है ना? अभी अंडरस्टैंडिंग डॉन नहीं हुआ. वी आर स्टिल लिसनिंग ओनली. लिसनिंग ओनली, नॉट डूइंग एनी होमवर्क मच. इसलिए समझदारी अंदर नहीं जा रही है. स्टिल वी आर डूइंग अवर अदर उपासना mechanically out of some fear or somebody told, or it has become a habit. है ना? या भगवान को तो जवाब देने के लिए मैं पूजा भी किया ना, अभी पाठ पूजा किया, अभी मेरे को पेट पूजा करने दो. So without understanding we do all. But when the understanding enters into us as a result of repeated Shravana Manana Chintana, that is different level. I can't put it in words. Now, so the topic is कि उद्गीत विद्या के जानने और न जानने वाले का कर्म का भेद. So the karma is done. Here karma is yajna karma. In that somebody is known the Udgita Vidya and doing the Upasana, other is not. Udgita Vidya means two things. Udgita is Omkara, Omkara Vidya means Mahima of the Omkara. Also the Vidya means the Upasana of it. Once you know the Mahima. Mahima jana hai, Upasana kiya hai. That knowing Mahima and doing Upasana both are called as Vidya. So Udgita Vidya means knowing the glory of Udgita, the Omkara, and also accordingly doing the Upasana. सो उद्गीत विद्या के जानने और न जानने वाले के कार्य का भेद, सॉरी कर्म का भेद मीन्स द रिजल्ट ऑफ द कर्म. श्रुति माता herself raises a question. Now, तत्र अक्षर विज्ञानवतः कर्म कर्तव्यम इति स्थितम आक्षिपति. है ना? Shruti Mata herself is doing the akshepa and she herself will answer. है ना? देखो इन स्पिरिचुअल एवोल्यूशन हार्ड एंड फास्ट कुछ नहीं होता. फिर क्या होता है? whichever is working and helping you in evolving, that is required there, isn't it? That is a basic thing. Like health is main thing, energy is main thing. To achieve that, whatever is to be done, that is done. Other than that, any hard and fast rules you put, you only get confused. This is very sublime thought. With full faith in you, that definitely you will forget it that I am sharing with you. With that confidence in you, isn't it? Like I am hungry, I would have food. तो दोपहर में 12 को खाओ, शाम को 6 को खाओ, रात को 2 बजे खाओ, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? But this is a very highest thing. That's why I'm telling you. Nidra ki baat. You are tired, you have to sleep. How does it matter if you sleep in the afternoon and night you meditate? You transcend all these limitations once you reach to the higher convictions of what I have to achieve. You understood? Therefore, those who are with the highest maturity level in the world as well as in Narayana spirituality, they don't get bound by these rules, regulations. A scientist को माइंड फ्रेश हो गया, रात में 3 बजे उठ के विल डू एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन. ही इज नॉट कंडीशन, हे दिस रात का टाइम है, सोने का टाइम है. अरे भाई यू आर फ्रेश इन योर माइंड. माइंड फ्रेश है तो काम करने के लिए होता है वो. इंडस्ट्री इन द सेम में दोपहर में 1 बजे 12 बजे नींद आ गई तो ही विल स्लीप. ही इज नॉट बाउंड बाय दैट. इट्स नॉट अगेन लेजीनेस. इट्स नॉट. ही इज बियॉन्ड. इज इन हाईली मैच्योर्ड स्टेट. In that highly mature state, what to achieve is important. Other things become helping aids as and when, there and then. There are no hard and fast things. Like I told you about the food. So when you are hungry, सुबह 5 बजे खाओ. How does it matter? You are not worried about desh and kala. शरीर ठीक होना. But the other rules and regulations are for those who never have any maturity. So rules, regulations help us to discipline, but they also are conditions on us to rise above them. Rise above them is not to become without rules, regulations, a erratic personality. No, it's a highly evolved personality, which is unfathomable to us at this moment. That's why I reserved the sentence. I just said, please forget it. By the way, now coming to the topic, the Vidyapasaka, Udgita, and not Upasaka. Both of them do karma. There is a Veda in it. The Bhashyakara says कि तत्र अक्षर विज्ञानवतः कर्म कर्तव्यम इति स्थितम आक्षेपति. है ना? See, toward the end when it is said about the yajna is done, ahutis are done. अरे भाई, when you are having the om for your support for upasana, do it, no? Why again karma required? Is the karma required for the upasaka? Is the upasana sufficient? And what if somebody does only karma without upasana? What if somebody does karma with upasana? What if somebody does upasana without karma? Yesterday I gave all the discussion. Last में 5-10 मिनट इसकी बात हुई. So these are all different levels. In those different levels, when you reach the higher, you stay at the higher. When you are not able to maintain it, you do the lower one. So the lower one is karma without upasana. Mediocre one is karma with upasana. Little higher one is upasana without karma. You understood? The lowest level mein, in your puja mandir, you have your devatas. You are doing the karma daily of उनको पानी चढ़ाते हो वगैरह. In your mind there is no upasana. उस समय तो सेल फोन देख रहे हो और किसी में बात कर रहे हो. There is no devotion to that God at that time. Therefore, one day somebody comes and sees a guru, says कि तुम तो डेली पानी तो दे रहे हो, but तुम दिमाग तो नहीं दे रहे हो वहां. So therefore, do with bhakti shraddha, he says. Then karma with upasana starts happening. You understand? After 5 years, the guru comes again. He sees, you have done sufficiently karma with upasana. No, you do upasana without karma. What is it? आप बंद करो, किसी को कहो पूजा करने को ग्रास वाला, तो एक जगह बैठ के ही अपने मन में ही you make your all puja मंदिर. Same thing, but in the mind. Same Rama, same Krishna. वही है, but not the gross ones in your own mind. Exactly what pujas you have done outside, do it in the mind. That is called as the Manasika Puja, where it is Upasana without gross outer karma. It is an evolutionary stage. Because the outer ones are done for the inner thing only, no? Why are you doing outside puja? For your own inner integration. When you can do inside, you need not do outside. But still you do as a tradition to maintain the culture and to see to it that your next generation will follow it. You understand? That's why in many houses, the parents do the puja in the beginning, make the children to sit and watch. After a certain age, when the children grow, they make the children do, they supervise from behind. So the parents are at the manasika level of doing upasana, allowing the children to do the karma aspect. लेकिन आप सारे आश्रमों में देखते हो ना, पहले गुरु ही करते हैं, शिष्य देखते हैं, हेल्प करते हैं. Later on, he makes the shishyas do, he just sits there supervising. So he is at the higher level. So you understood? Karma without upasana, karma with upasana, upasana not needing karma, cross karma. And for this, all the Vedantic background is what? The karma, the upasana, upasana devatas, all of them are in our mind only. Beyond the mind is the Paramatma. No, mind is disintegrated, indisciplined, it is extroverted, it is multipointed. All upasanas are to free the mind from all these shortcomings, isn't it? Think about it. That's why in the world you see, of our Purana Itihasa, all the three we find. Karmi without upasana, karmi with upasana, upasaka without karma. All are blessed in their own way. Through the upasana, when the expected antakarana shuddhi is achieved, even upasana is not required, only vicharana. The tattvamasi mahavakya vicharana. Once through tattvamasi mahavakya deep vicharana, sarvam brahma and aham that brahma, when that is understood, thereafter only avoiding in aham brahmas. Their upasana भी required नहीं. इसका निधिध्यास. When it is done for a long time, then the glimpses start happening, wherein we start experiencing, yes, everything is that and that is me. Again, when that is continued, that's called as Atma Jnana, Atma Sadhana, Atma Anubhava, Atma Nishtha. When the Nishtha happens, then he is always in that Anubhuti. At the Upadhi level, whatever he is doing, that doesn't affect his being one with that reality. They are called as Jivan Muktas, serving the world. Mast Jivan hai wo. Live for that. Okay. Now the mantra. Tena ubhau kurutaha, yascha etadevam veda, yascha etadevam veda, yascha na veda, yascha na veda. Nanata vidyacha vidyacha, nanata vidyacha vidyacha, yadeva vidyaya karote, yadeva vidyaya karote, shraddhaya upanishada, shraddhaya upanishada, तदेव वीर्यवत्तरं भवति तदेव वीर्यवत्तरं भवति इति खलु एतस्य एव अक्षरस्य उपव्याख्यानं भवति इति प्रथमः खण्डः. Chant it. Tena ubhau kurutah yaschaitatdevam veda yascha na veda nanata vidya cha yadeva vidyaya karoti shraddhaya upanishada tadeva viryavattaram bhavati iti khalo etasya eva aksharasya upavyakhyanam bhavati. Again. Tena ubhau kurutah यश्च एतदेवं वेद यश्च न वेद नानातु विद्या च यदेव विद्यया करोति श्रद्धया उपनिषदा तदेव वीर्यवत्तरं भवति इति खलु एतस्य एव अक्षरस्य महिम्ना अक्षरस्य उपव्याख्यानं भवति. Now the literal meaning of every word of this mantra. तेन उभौ कुरुतः यह च एतदेवं वेद यह च न वेद. Are whatever is said about the Omkara Mahima, therefore Omkara Upasana. Nor of that also Kuruta, they do the Yajna Karma. Naveda, those who don't do, they also do the karma. Karma can be done with or without the upasana. What is the subsequent result of it? If doing the yajna is necessary, then why the upasana? What is the need of upasana if the yajna can itself give the result? That's a beautiful question. That's a question that we'll study. Shruti Mata herself raised that objection. Tena ubhav kurutah yascha edam veda yascha na veda. मतलब फल पाने के लिए लाइक yesterday what Rama asked to Vasishtha. Some question, when the karanas are required for the karya, in the Mahapralaya, there are no karanas. Then how come the karya jagat has come out? That's what Vasishtha ji congratulated him. No, अरे बेटा वही तो मैं बताने के लिए बैठा हूँ. Today you will see that mantra. He says, I am seated here for that only. With thousands of slokas and hundreds of upamanas, in future I am going to teach you that only. That when there is no karana, there is no karya. Therefore, there is nothing called karana karya. Then what am I seeing? You are seeing Brahman only because there is nothing other than it. Isn't it? That's a beautiful thing it is. Here also, the one who without knowing Omkara, Mahima and Upasana, he can also do karma. Then why the struggle of doing all Upasana? Isn't it? Answer is this. अरे बेटा ध्यान से सुन. First, नाना तो विद्या च अविद्या. अरे भाई विद्या and avidya are different. Vidya here is upasana. Avidya is karma. Like in Ishavasya also, vidyam cha avidyam cha yastad vedo bhaigam saha avidya mrutyam tirtva vidya amrutam ashnute. That portion of Ishavasya, this portion, this particular shloka, they are absolutely same. है ना? अन्य देवाहुर विद्यया अन्य दाहुर विद्यया इति शुश्रुम धीराणाम येनस्तद विचचक्षरे. The three mantras set. Vidya and avidya, and then sambhuti and asambhuti upasana, as it was told there. Here also, nana tu vidya cha avidya cha. Nana means different. Okay, first point. Second one, yadeva vidya karoti shraddhaya karoti upanishada. Karoti is common, but that common karoti doing is added with vidya, that is upasana, endowed with shraddha, endowed with total concentration of the upadhis. यदेव विद्यया श्रद्धया उपनिषदा करोति तदेव वीर्यवत्तरम भवति. The doing becomes viryavan. Viryavan, you understand? The meaning of that word cannot be put in any language. You have to feel the meaning. Tadeva viryavattaram bhavati means that becomes full of energy, etc. Therefore, when the action is done with full involvement and vigor and vitality, the result also will be beautiful. मतलब बिना उपासना का कर्म और विद उपासना का कर्म में जमीन आसमान फर्क है. आसमान जमीन आसमान. With the upasana, the karma becomes viryavattar. Iti. This is what so far we have explained to you about Om Mahima. Khalu etasya aksharasya upavyakyanam bhavat. And for samajdar ishara kafi hai, so we have done the upavyakyanam of the Omkar. And as I told you million times, in the Vedic period, there were no distractions. So this much was sufficient for the students to accept the Om as their Upasana Alambana. As the times passed, when the Purana Kala, all of that came, now we have thousands of devatas, hundreds of rishis and lakhs of gurus. We are confused. मैं किसको पकड़ूं? लेकिन सबको छोड़कर अपने आप को पकड़ते. You put your photo and worship it. More options, more alternatives. There is a chance of chaos and confusion. There was no confusion. Confusion now, okay? कृष्ण या राम और शिव. अगेन इन शिव वो एक शिव है क्या? लिंग रूपी शिव है क्या? नटराज शिव है क्या? या ध्यान मूर्ति शिव और पार्वती शिव और फैमिली शिव? विच शिव टू वर्शिप? Again Rama. Which Rama? Single Rama or Lakshmana and Rama or Sita Rama Lakshmana or Sita Rama Lakshmana and Hanuman also added? Which Rama? Krishna का तो कितना variation? Which Krishna to worship? The Balakrishna. In that Balakrishna again 2000 are there. मक्खन खाने वाला कृष्ण या मक्खन चुराने वाला कृष्ण या मक्खन खिलाने वाला कृष्ण? अब कौन से कृष्ण का मैं करूं? Isn't it? Is a Gopika Krishna, is a Yashoda Krishna, is a Nanda Yashoda Krishna, or Gop Balaka Krishna, or बंसी बजाने वाला कृष्ण, यमुना में नहाने वाला कृष्ण, अष्टपत्नी समेत कृष्ण और पार्थसारथी कृष्ण. अब उसमें भी तीन है. रथ चलाने वाला कृष्ण कहूं या गीता पढ़ाने वाला कृष्ण कहूं या भीष्म को मारने के लिए जो खड़े होकर ओ ही हैज टेकन द रथ चक्र रथांग पाणी. Which Krishna I have to worship? Again in the wife, in his wife, is only Radha Krishna or Rukmini Krishna or Ashtapatni Krishna. है ना? रुक्मिणी जाम्बवती सत्यभामा कालिंदी मित्रविंदा भद्रा लक्ष्मणा नागनजिति. Which how many options? People are confused. These are all because of lack of clear understanding. Okay, what we have to achieve, what we have to do. Achieve thing is single pointedness, purity. अब कौन सा रूप ले लो क्या फर्क पड़ता है? In that confused state of mind, we don't do anything. We end up like that fellow at the age of 55. क्या नौकरी कर रहे हो? मतलब क्या करना है सोच रहा हूँ मैं. Even now at the 55, the time of retirement has not started. But when you take up Omkara, there is no doubt at all. Must. Tomorrow we'll see the Bhashyam of this mantra, so beautiful, and then we'll give the summary of the whole Khanda, conclude it. Then we take up the second one. The Deva Asura Sangram to nahi hota, but how one wanted to do the Udgita Upasana, other disturbing him, how it all that hints to us that we have to be careful while doing the Upasana, not to be attacked by the Asuras. And coincidentally, luckily for us, grace only, every day we are chanting the Agni, Vayu, Indra, Mitra, Varunadi Devatas, Veda mantra, asking them only to they remove all these Dushta Asuras, Shatrus from our life. So all that when you picture is by just seeing it objectively, zooming, we can say in our life, the grace of the divine, the Gurus and the Lord is happening in molding us. It is a slow process because totally we may not be cooperating, and it is a process totally not seen. Like the one getting operated doesn't know, need not know everything what the doctor is doing the operation. But कर रहे हैं डॉक्टर साहब. कोई कोई लोग खुद भी डॉक्टर है मानो पेशेंट ही knows it exactly what the other doctor is operating on. But most of us did not. But the doctor does it. So to our prayers, they are doing operation. Let us cooperate without any pareshan for them and for us also. Enjoy it. I am though enjoying studying this Upanishad mantra by mantra with Bhashyam. I am really happy that initial fear is gone. Now the inspiration has replaced it. That every khanda, all the adhyayas, 8 of them, we are going to revel in. No need to worry about time. Time to hai usi ke liye. Om, 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 Om. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevava Shishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. So, one sadhana of ours of studying the Upanishad is done. Now let us do our second sadhana. What is that? Vedic chanting. Today, tomorrow, in that Vedic chanting, little Gambhira mantra. I just wanted to skip it for its subtlety and bigness. But प्रभु ने कहा कर लो उसको भी कोई नहीं तो कर लेते हैं जब प्रभु ने कहा तो. Some things just keep doing with faith, not blind faith, with faith. Yeah, the divine is wanting to bless us this way by pulling our antakarana through the shastras towards the reality away from the binding worldliness. Is not this enough? And when we are practically in the class doing these things, we are tuned to divine only because everything is divine here. No need to have any doubt or confusion. Om Namo Narayana. Om Namo Narayana. Om Namo. Do the Parayanam also of these Upanishadic mantras every day. Okay. Now in today's Vedic chanting, the Rishi is Atharva Rishi. Atharva Devata is Brahma Odana Devata. Means the Odana which is in the form of Brahma. That Odana is the cooked rice food which is made as a ball which is offered. Now this Odana is offered in the yajna to the fire devata also. This Odana is offered to the Bhu devata called as Brahmana, and this Odana is offered to all the beings whom we want to see that they are free from the pangs of hunger. So this is Brahma Odana Sukta. Very powerful. That which is made, into that all the power is invoked. It is not that just a rice made and made a ball, just thrown into the fire. Aisi baat nahi. This Odana, when induced with this mantra, will have so much Shakti to accomplish so many things. So therefore, we know to cook the food and eat for ourselves. Let us know the other three things: to feed others, to feed Brahmanas, to feed Devatas in the Yajna through Ahuti. That sort of meaninged mantra is this one. It's very, very powerful, but very detailed also, big one also. Okay, I talk about it. Now, this Odana which is there, for this, the Rathantara, which is also called as Brahma, that Samaveda is the Shirobhaga. Okay, then Bruhat is another Veda, that is also the upper surface. Then the Vamadevya is the Udara Bhaga of this Odana. Then all the Chandas, which are there, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them, they are the Paksha of this Odana. Then the Satya named Sama is the Mukha of this Odana. So, such a wonderful this Odanam which I made has come from the Brahman now through this Yajna offered to the Brahman himself. Okay. These people who are doing with this attitude the Yajna, that's called Sava Yajna, and the doers are the Sava Yajna Kartas. When they do this, the result is what? They get Amrutamaya Sharira. And then they get all the Prana Shaktis. They get all the Antakarana Shuddhi. They get all the Divya Buddhi Jnana. Then they reach to all the Jyotirmaya Lokas. En route, they even go to the Svargadi Loka. They get all the Bhoga sadhanas. They involve in them without any regrets, guilts, but they rise above them also to go further. That is the ओदन के द्वारा ओदन में वो शक्ति इन्वोक करके when one does the yajna. So the yajna is savayajna, the odanam is empowered here with divinity. Means whatever naivedya you make, into that naivedya with your antakarana vrittis, you can invoke the divine power and that you offer. Any food you offer to even the ants, even to animals, to anything, how to mechanically भी कर सकते हो. But if you are a Vedic person, if you are the Hindu, Sanatan Dharma, you can do that. This food I am offering him should satiate his hunger. Like Lord Krishna. One shakam, small one which was there in the Akshaya Patra, he consumed it. When Durvasa came, when Pandavas were in the Aranyavas. And with that one shakam eating, he said, the entire thousands of disciples who came with Durvasa may all be contented, satisfied. Their hunger pangs go away, they may be happy. All of them felt happy. Who they came after the bath and upasana, they said, "Our pet भर गया हम जा रहे." Then Draupadi was saved, otherwise he would have cursed. Already they are suffering. Okay. In this way, uh, the Yajamanas who, with this sankalpa, cook this odana and offer it to the Brahmanas. To such Yajamana, Daridrata will never come. And when he leaves the body, he will be worshipped by the Yamaraja. You understood? Then, with that Anugnya of the Yamaraj, he will become one of the Devatas. So too, with the Gandharvas, he mixes and he enjoys that Somapana Ityadi. Okay? And such people who are this way doing the Savayagna, their alertness, awareness, brightness, brilliance is never taken away by the Mrityu. Then he is in that Ratha traveling in all the lokas, in the Antariksha lokas, in the upper lokas, all of them he crosses en route, enjoying all of them. Now, this is not impractical in nowadays. Don't you see some of the people, whatever the punya done in the earlier lives, which is expressing as their birth in this life in some rich family or talents, are they, don't you see, either breakfast karta is desh mein, lunch he does in another continent, and dinner he does somewhere else. And he's traveling in the luxurious, the personal flights and the aeroplanes. You see some of them how luxurious they are. So they are Maha Yajna Kartas in the earlier lives. Okay. In the same way, the one who does the Sava Yajna with his Odanam, okay, which is bigger than begin of all Yajnas. So he reaches to the Sargadi Loka, then he gets that power to make the worlds wherever he goes, beautiful. By his mere presence and sankalpa, things become beautiful. Example, when a Raja decides to stay in a jungle, immediately the whole paraphernalia will go and convert that jungle into a palace for the Raja or not. They make all the things. That is his power. Same way, this person who has done this Sava Yajna with the Odana Arpana, he will reach to all those lokas. Okay, then lot of things are explained here. That Sava Yajna Anushtata, may you get all the powers like this. So, Ghruta Purna Saras, Madhu Purna Saras, then all of these things which will be full all the time, he never lacks any one of them. In a sense, all the Bhautika Vishayas are plentifully available to him, here and hereafter, wherever. And without begging or asking, they are always there for him as his servants. अब देखो आप कोई भी देश के राष्ट्रपति, even the country is in lot of debts, beggary, but still the president of that country is in such a bhoga, such a wonderful comforts. Don't see from the outside, we are spiritual, we see from the spiritual standpoint that the jiva is done so much punya that he is enjoying all the luxury in spite of all the outer things. So, in the same way, all the Kshira dharas will reach you, all Ghrata dharas will reach you, all the Amrita dhara, Madhu dhara, all of them will be yours. Oh, my dear Yajnakarta, Sava Yajnakarta. So, this wonderful Odanam, which I have offered to the Devatas, now I am offering it to also the Brahmana Bhoktas. Okay? With this, all the above said, exhaustive, all worlds including Swarga and beyond Swarga, Sukhas, without even a Lesha Matra also Dukkha, this person of this Yajna will reach that. In that way, the Yajna Mahima and Yajna Karta Phala, they are said here. So what is the take home point for us is this much. Prepare the Anna, give to the Jivas, give to the Brahmanas, give to the Devatas. Then you take. This mantra has this 8 of the mantras, this Suktam. Let us chant. I wanted to skip it, but it's such a bigness. But Prabhu ने कहा बोला ना मैंने जरूरत है शायद उसका, because in this there is big approach is there for our own evolution as well as with our presence the whole world also gets empowered. As I told you, in that jungle, if the Raja wants to establish a kingdom, immediately all the nearby villages, the tribals, every one of them will get employment, etc. Because the Rajya ban raha hai, Raja ke liye सारी चीजें चाहिए, so they all get employment immediately. Like when foreign country invests for something in India, what is the first thing said? When that investment comes to India and any company is established, 5,000 people will get employment. Is equal to 5,000 families. Isn't it? In the same way, the ones who do the yajna like this, they add to the world's comforts. That is what, if you understand enough. Now, Om Atha Brahma Odana Suktam Atharvana Vedantargata Om Brahma Asya Shirsham Om Brahma Asya Shirsham Bruhad Asya Prushtam Bruhad Asya Prushtam Vamadevyam Udaram Odanasya Vamadevyam Udaram Odanasya Chandansi Pakshau Chandansi Pakshau Mukham Asya Satyam Mukham Asya Satyam विष्टारी जातः तपसोधि यज्ञः ओम ब्रह्मास्य शीर्षं बृहदस्य पृष्ठं वामदेव्यम् उदरमोधनस्य छन्दांसि वक्षौ मुखमस्य सत्यं विष्टारी जातस्तपसोधि यज्ञः ओम ब्रह्मास्य शीर्षं बृहदस्य पृष्ठं वामदेव्यमुदरमोधनस्य छन्दांसि पक्षौ मुखमस्य सत्यं विष्टारी जातस्तपसोधि यज्ञः. Second one. अनस्ताः पूताः पवनेन शुद्धाः शुचयः शुचिम् अभियन्ति लोकम् नैषां शिष्णं प्रदहति जातवेदाः स्वर्गे लोके बहुस्त्रैणमेषाम् अनस्ताः पूताः पवनेन शुद्धाः शुचयः शुचिमभियन्ति लोकम् नैषां शिष्णं प्रदहति जातवेदाः स्वर्गे लोके बहुस्त्रैणमेषाम् अनस्ताः पूताः पवनेन शुद्धाः शुचयः शुचिमभियन्ति लोकम् नैषां शिष्णं प्रदहति जातवेदाः स्वर्गे लोके बहुस्त्रैणमेषाम्. एक और पढ़ते हैं. Third one. विष्टारिणमोदनं ये पचन्ति नैनानवर्तिः सचते कदाचन आस्तेयम उपयाति देवान् सङ्गन्धर्वैर्मदते सौम्येभिः मदते और मोदते. विष्टारिणमोदनं ये भजन्ते नैना navarti sachate kadachana asteyama upayati devan sangandharvair madate somyevi विष्टारिणमोदनं ये पचन्ते नैनावर्ति नैनानवर्तिः सचते कदाचन आस्ते यम उपयाति देवान् सं गन्धर्वैर्मदते सौम्येभिः ॐ शान्तिः 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 3 we have done. Please remember for my sake. 5 we will do tomorrow. Every day listening to Veda mantra has its own auspiciousness. We believe the Lord has given us that faith. We are doing it. When he is not interested, you can leave. There's no compulsion. But still, optimistically saying, we belong to such glorious Sanatana Vaidika Samskriti. So one can take it as duty and responsibility, to sustain that Vaidika Sanatana Sarva Samskriti. One of the thing is this one out of thousands. We are doing one thing. Many are doing many other things. Okay, minimum kar rahe ho. Come to the last but one sadhana, the Rishi Gayatri mantras. So many rishis we have seen, plenty more are there. Today, tomorrow, day after, these 3 days, we do the Gayatri of the three rishis who belong to the same type of seva work done for all of us. Those rishis who have done medical seva to our life, human beings, or the life in any yoni. So, the Agnivesha Maharshi, today, Charaka Maharshi, tomorrow, Shushruta Maharshi, day after, we will remember them. And they are the Vaidya Acharyas of our beautiful Sanatan Dharma. Everything through them, the what is said by Dhanvantari, Bhagavan, what is said by Ashwini Kumaras about the physical and the psychological health, they have accomplished. When the body is sound, mind also sound. Now that subject, if I start talking, it will be a lot of elaboration. I can leave it to you. You are wise in that. Okay. So, who is this Agnivesha Maharshi? Okay. In this Ayurveda Charitra is Atyanta Prachina Maharshi. The entire Kaya Chikitsa Tantra is properly established by him. Further, the Charaka and Shruthha have developed what is made by him. So, about him, the Janma and all of them are like any of the rishis, not available, but he belongs to the Angirasa Gotra, great Brahmana rishi. Then he was in the Punarvasu Atreya Maharshi Ashrama, taught by him in many things as well as in Ayurveda. Then he is the one, whatever Guru taught him, he made it into a Grantha Rupa. Isn't it? Granthi Karana. Like Krishna told Gita and went ahead, but Vyasa made it as a Grantha. Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina. There are people who only talk, they cannot write books. Somebody will later on compile it and make a written book form. Nowadays, no need to write also. Everything is electronical. Everything is that. Ye words mein jo keh raha hu, they all can be immediately transcribed. Instantaneously. Printed also. Word pattern. Of course, later on some editation. Editing is required because of the accents to be matched. My speaking and that particular whatever the software. Those days, they were even now manually the Grantha Karanam he has done. Okay, so Sakshat Parabrahmadeva, Brahmadeva, Daksha Prajapati, Ashwini Devatas, Indra, Bharadwaja Maharshi, also a great Ayurveda Acharya. Punarvasu Atreya, then from him is Agnivesha. So, in the next Guru of Vaidya got Charakaji, in this Charaka Samhita, as we said just now, that Vaidya Guru Parampara is mentioned. Okay. What is the Pramanika for the presence of Agnivesha and his contribution? Is the next generation Charaka Samhita only? So much of laurels or respects are expressed to The Agnivesha Rishi saying that whatever the Charaka has done, that is only based on the Agnivesha Rishi. Ata Bhagavan Punarvaso Atriyaha Shishyanuvacha. These are the ones in which the Charaka Samhita talks about the great Shishya Agnivesha, not his Shishya. Na? इनसे पहले वाले हैं वो आत्रेय ऋषि के. Okay. In that Atreya Guru, he has got many Shishyas. Agnivesha is to be said to be the senior one. Okay. In the Charaka Samhita, about the Agnivesha mentioned, in Sushruta Samhita also, the Agnivesha is said to be the Prachina Acharya. That's how the Charaka Sushruta writings tell us about the presence of the Agnivesha. Otherwise, Agnivesh ji के direct कोई किताब available नहीं है. Okay. His main grantha is Agnivesha Tantra. It is there, Agnivesha Tantra. The same thing is edited, compiled, and some new experiments done and added with has come to us as the Charaka Samhita. Thereafter, then another great Vaidyacharya came by name Drudha Bala. He also added whatever were missing in that. That's why the glorious Charaka Samhita, the medicine, the Ayurveda, for this, the Agnivesha is Tantra is the base. That's the glory of the Agnivesha Rishi. So he is the Ayurveda Kaya Chikitsa Acharyas or Pitamaha. So in his that text, the Agnivesha Tantram, all the causes of diseases and the biological causes of what you call in today's world as the bacteria, fungus, whatever they are. Then the physiological imbalances of kapha, vata, pitta leading to various diseases and what is the chikitsa to balance all of them, they are mentioned. Then in that Agnivesha Samhita, very important in Tantra is what? The doctor is made to stand in a very high pedestal. Because only when the doctors are there taking care, the body will be healthy. Only when the body is healthy, all the four Purusharthas, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, one can achieve. Without that, Sharira Madhyam Khalu, Dharma Sadhanam, and Artha Kama Sadhanam, and Moksha Sadhanam also. Though we go beyond body for Moksha, but to do sadhana, we have to be in the body. In that way. So therefore, let us remember this great Agnivesha Rishi today. When we worship him, the Ayurveda Jnanam for us in the whole world, it will grow. Then there will be the doctors coming out with all the knowledges, with purity of heart to treat the patients. Then general human beings, by the Agnivesha Rishi Krupa, when you worship him, become aware of the health. They give importance to health first, then the Bhoga. Then Guru Bhakti, Shastra Nishtha, all of them will come to us. So we will Atreya Shishyaya Vidmahe Ayurveda Acharyaya Dhimahi Tanno Agnivesha Maharshi Prachodayat. Atreya Shishya आयुर्वेद आचार्य. ठीक है. ओम परब्रह्म परमात्मा स्वरूप श्री अग्निवेश महर्षये नमः. ध्यायामि आवाहयामि स्थापयामि पूजयामि. समस्त छत्र चामरादीन समर्पयामि. शक्त्योपचार भक्त्योपचार राजोपचारादीन समर्पयामि. स्तोत्रेण जपादिना मंत्रेण कीर्तनादिना तोषयामि नमस्करोमि. तव चरणौ शरणागतोऽस्मि प्रार्थयामि. ओम श्री अग्निवेश महर्षे नमः. मम शारीरिक मानसिक बौद्धिक स्वस्थतां कुरु. मां परमात्मानुभवं प्रति प्रचोदनं कुरु. मम आत्मानुभवेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षं भवति इति अनुग्रहं कुरु. तथा च सकल विश्वस्थित जीवानां आयुरारोग्यं प्रदेहि. तेषां हृदयेऽपि धर्मं प्रति मोक्षं प्रति इच्छां प्रेम निर्माणं कुरु. सनातन धर्म से भारतवर्ष से अभी संरक्षणाभिवृद्धि कुरु इति प्रार्थयामि. ठीक है. ओम आत्रेय शिष्याय विद्महे आयुर्वेदाचार्याय धीमहि तन्नो अग्निवेश महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ओम आत्रेय शिष्याय विद्महे आयुर्वेदाचार्याय धीमहि तन्नो अग्निवेश महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ओम आत्रेय शिष्याय विद्महे आयुर्वेद आचार्याय धीमहि तन्नो अग्निवेश महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ओम आत्रेय शिष्याय विद्महे आयुर्वेद आचार्याय धीमहि तन्नो अग्निवेश महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ओम आत्रेय शिष्याय विद्महे अग्निवेश आचार्याय धीमहि तन्नो आत्रेय शिष्याय विद्महे आयुर्वेद आचार्याय धीमहि तन्नो अग्निवेश महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ओम आत्रेय शिष्याय विद्महे आयुर्वेद आचार्याय धीमहि तन्नो अग्निवेश महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ओम आत्रेय शिष्याय विद्महे आयुर्वेद आचार्याय धीमहि तन्नो अग्निवेश महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ओम आत्रेय शिष्याय विद्महे आयुर्वेद आचार्याय धीमहि तन्नो अग्निवेश महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. These 3 days while chanting this, deeply pray that no physical problem should come to us, mental problem should not come to us when we are doing this sadhanas, means in our life. Intensely pray karo, life will be healthy, joyful, we can do sadhana. ओम आत्रेय शिष्याय विद्महे आयुर्वेद आचार्याय धीमहि तन्नो अग्निवेश महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ओम आत्रेय शिष्याय विद्महे आयुर्वेद आचार्याय धीमहि तन्नो अग्निवेश महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ओम आत्रेय शिष्याय विद्महे आयुर्वेद आचार्याय धीमहि तन्नो अग्निवेश महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ओम आत्रेय शिष्याय विद्महे आयुर्वेद आचार्याय धीमहि तन्नो अग्निवेश महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ओम आत्रेय शिष्याय विद्महे आयुर्वेदाचार्याय धीमहि तन्नो अग्निवेश महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ओम आत्रेय शिष्याय विद्महे आयुर्वेदाचार्याय धीमहि तन्नो अग्निवेश महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ओम आत्रेय शिष्याय विद्महे आयुर्वेदाचार्याय धीमहि तन्नो अग्निवेश महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ओम आत्रेय शिष्याय विद्महे आयुर्वेद आचार्याय धीमहि तन्नो अग्निवेश महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ओम श्री अग्निवेश महर्षिये नमः। नमस्करोमि तव चरणौ शरणागतोऽस्मि। मां रक्ष रक्ष इति प्रार्थयामि। मम आरोग्यं प्रदेहि शारीरिक मानसिक बौद्धिक इन्द्रिय प्राण आरोग्यं प्रदेहि। माम् आत्मानुभवं प्रति प्रचोदनं कृत्वा परमात्मानुभवेन मुक्तिं प्रदेहि। अग्निवेश महर्षिये नमः। सनातन धर्मस्य वैदिक हैंदव संस्कृतेः समस्त हैंदवानां पूर्णायुरारोग्यं प्रदेहि शारीरिक मानसिक। सनातन धर्मस्य शत्रु निर्मूलनं कृत्वा सनातन धर्मस्य संरक्षणाभिवृद्धिं कुरु इति प्रार्थयामि। ओम अग्निवेश महर्षिये नमः। 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 ओम अग्निवेश महर्षिये नमो नमः. Right, friends. Now the last topic of common sense thought. Lot to discuss on that for 10 days. But only the headings will be hinted at. If you have time, think about it and develop it. You know, as a human being, how many levels we can live life? Possibilities. Isn't it? Just make an idea of it. Have an idea. You know it. Once more remind. Can a living life only at the Sharira level, for the Sharira level, not caring anything else. Living life at the Indriya level, little higher. Living life at the Mana level. What I mean by saying living life is knowing, doing, and living happily. Exactly knowing what gives us happiness at the body level. Whatever we know, do it. And Vaki, live happily at the Sharira level. So too at the Mana level. What makes me live at the mind level happily? Having known that, really living like that and feeling happy at the mind level all the time. To everything you add it. No, I need not say. So live at the buddhi level. Is a possibility. And live at the atma level, the level of the pure self. It is all in our hands, which level we live. After ourselves evolving and coming to the level of Shuddha Atma level, the same things we have to, we have a possibility. We can't compel us have to. There's a possibility that we can extend it. That is it only my Sharira, Indriya, Mana, Buddhi and Atma should be happy, not our own family members? Batao. Human being can even think about the happiness of his own family. My dada, dadi, nana, nani, mother, father, my brother, sisters, my children, grandchildren. These 5 generations we are responsible for. Grandparents, parents, ourselves, siblings, the children, and their children, offsprings. Same 5 things we can do for them also. We can think about. We can gather resources and do. Further, is it only enough if we take our family and live only at that level? We have lots of relatives also who have contributed for our life in so many ways. All these 5 things we can do for them too. We can at least think and pray and these minimum. Further ego, is it enough that we have only our relatives? We have the plenty of friends. How wonderful the life because of the friends. We can expand our horizon. Our intellect can expand in its thinking. It can be contrasted or contracted and stay only at the grossest level only also. Then that's not called evolution. Okay, so is it only the friends? Or don't we have our beautiful, wonderful neighbors? How much security they are giving, whether we interact with them or not, their presence is beautiful. So, ourselves, our family, our relatives, our friends, our neighborhood do. Is it enough? Can we expand in our thinking? Definitely. Not in my neighborhood, but the next street. Now go on extending it. Why only next street? Why not the people of entire my town can get the happinesses from the grossest to the highest level? Why only my town? Why not my city? We can think, why are we limited in narrow in only at our level, even at the cost of our own family? वो ऐसे होते हैं घर में लोगों को खाने को भोजन नहीं है and the stupid fellow with that money with minimum which is there he goes and drinks. तो अपने भोग के लिए he is even keeping his family uh, hungry. Think about the evolution level of that mind. No evolution at all. Absolutely zero. But see the thinking about a district collector, expected to be. We are telling about the post. Whether that individual does it or not, we don't know. That in his zilla, any number of people are there. Maybe 30 lakh se lekar sawa crore tak. In India, we have the districts ranging from 20-30 lakhs to going up to more than 1 crore. He is mindful about all that entire praja. A human being can that way expand in his thinking about the welfare of the beings. So why only district? Why not the state? And why only my state? That is another problem nowadays. Every state again there are some fears, insecurities. Some are reasonable, some are logical. और लोग डरते रहते. The Mumbai, the entire Bombay is afraid that the people from other states come there and occupy. Are which states they are all India only. Nowadays they worry in these Telugu states here south में because they are निकम्मा, they don't do anything, खाके सोते हैं, political placard करके घूमते रहते हैं, they don't do anything. Therefore, from every neighbor state, people are coming and occupying one profession. वो बिहार के लोग आकर समोसे बेचते हैं, केरला लोग आकर मेडिकल फील्ड को ऑक्यूपाई करते, ओडिशा वाले दे कम एंड टेक द होल कंस्ट्रक्शन फील्ड. Already here the Marwadis have taken up the entire business. Now they are worried. Arey, why don't you work then? So why worry about one state? They have not come to cheat and they have come for livelihood. There is an employment there, they are here. Think for the whole nation. I'm just giving an idea. मेरा भारत मान पूरा देश के लिए एंटायर ह्यूमन बींग्स हमारा भारत माता 125 करोड़ जितने भी हो we can think, action we may not be able to do at large, but our thinking, because thinking only becomes action later on. I need not act, but I can think. That thought will empower someone to act. This is the way the world gets operate. So then why stop only at the India level? Why not the entire Asian continent? Whichever the countries are there, how many human beings are there? Can't they be, should not they be happy? And then why only Asia? Why not all the continents? Put together, whoever are there on our earth, the globe, let entire human beings be happy, no? What I said as happiness at the body, senses, mind, intellect level is called Abhyudaya technically. Spirituality is called Nishrayasa. See, क्या खर्चा होता है ऐसा सोचने में. हाँ, एक चीज का खर्चा होता है, our narrowness and our ego. That one who thinks like that is evolving. Further, why stop our thinking about only human beings? Why not the pashus, which is in your house, say lekar? Again, I will not say one by one, step by step. Entire pashu jati in the entire earth. Why can't we be happy? Why can't they evolve? Why can't we do sankalpa for them? Then, why only pashu? Why not the pakshi? What the bird kingdom has done, ham batao. They can also be happy, abhyudaya and nishresa. Why only pakshi and pashu? Why not all every kita patanga? Let every microbe also get its food. Let every microbe get its opportunity to evolve to the next level. Human beings' intellect can be so expansive, so beautiful. Isn't it? Harm kya hai batao? When you think like that. After all, they are also life. The Lord alone is expressing through them. Hai na? Then why only the microbes? Why not the entire plant kingdom? That every blade of grass also should get its proper nourishment of the sunlight, the waters, the salt or the earth. Her plant kingdom, her insect kingdom, her bird kingdom, her animal kingdom, entire human beings. Then we need not stop here only. Why can't we think about the devatas who are supporting this world also to be Abhyudaya Nishresa Prapta? Why can't we think about Yaksha, Kinnara, Kimpurusha, Siddha Charana? In this way, why should we think for the welfare and growth only of the beings around in this Bhugola? Can't we think about all the 9 planets? Where are the form the jivas are there? In all the 9 planets is equal to in the solar system. Let them be happy. Why only the solar system related earth? Why can't we think about all the 14 lokas? है कि नहीं 7 और 7 भूलोक भुवर्लोक सुवर्लोक महरलोक जनोलोक तपोलोक and सत्यलोक. Above 7 below atala vitala sutala rasatala talatala mahatala and patala. As per our shastras, these are the 14 lokas. Put together is one brahmanda. Human being can think about one brahmanda right from Brahmadeva. All of them can be having that Abhyudaya Nishreyas. Thought expansion. Now the next level. Why only one brahmanda? The neighborhood brahmandas also can be happy, no? Like only why my district? All the neighborhood districts put together the state. Not one or two. There are Ananta Kodi brahmandas are there. Why not so many Brahmandas be also happy? Why not the all these Brahmandas, including whether you call them as the galaxies or the Milky Ways, in whatever the language it is possible, you call it as universes. There are universes also are there. Though it is sometimes said as there is no plural. They are different. The cosmos. Human beings should think about in this way. The gross to the subtler, the individual to the universal. That is called evolution. ये सब छोड़कर even not caring the family members, I only indulge at my own body bhoga level, and for the sake of that, I do all the wretched crimes and criminalities of destroying the other beings as well as the prakriti. What rakshasatva it is, batao? For my bhoga, I do all adharma, all I do all papa. I cheat others for my money's sake. And I call it as a smart business. Are Bewkuf, you are falling down from the human to worse than the animals also. By giving the flowery languages or excuses or justifications, you are not going to escape. Your niyat is not soft, that's it. As a human being, you have to be universal. Forget about being selfish. That also at the gross level of the body, that too at the cost of the world around. Each human being have now become Deha Tadatmya, Bhoga Pradhana, and anything can be destroyed for that. Whole earth we are destroying, all the oceans we are destroying, the forests we are destroying, all living beings we are destroying, the co-human beings also are we are destroying. अब कितना सड़ गया देखो हमारा दिमाग सड़ना ही है व्हाट कैन आई वर्ड आई यूज आई डोंट हैव दैट मच vocabulary of any language few words we know it all such a destroyed state of the intellect that I'm ready to cheat everybody wants others money for their bhoga and they are cheating it's become a trend only is there anybody who is not cheating batao except some sadhu santa mahatma and their cheating is if they are not in this way thinking for the universal good दे हैव टू यूनिवर्सल गुड के लिए उनको सोचना पड़ता है प्लान करना पड़ता है प्रेयर करना अदरवाइज एवरीवन आई एंड माइन these many bhoga vastus are coming is a hint that we are so bhogi and selfish and we are lost with all that is done are we happy are we contented are we satisfied continuously restless inside regrets inside guilts inside सबसे भयंकर बात fear 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 we from a strongly Sharira identified bhogi to a universal being we have to become. That's the evolution. And he is called as Paramatma. Who is Paramatma? Who thinks for the entire universe, cosmos. A Brahmadeva thinks for one Brahmanda. It's a state of evolution. A Brahmadeva, dropping all of that, can come to a level of identifying with only Stula Sharira and live life for Stula Sharira Bhoga. Then from the Brahma position, he will dhamal se wo, kya kehte hain na, topples down to become a human being. So to a human being who is just working for his selfish bhoga, through this vision, he will be promoted to become a Brahma Deva also. It's all in our expanded mind and intellect. And it's all logical, no? Like when I can think for myself, I can think for the whole also. After thinking and understanding, it is again working also. That's how so many rishis and munis we have identified with the entire cosmos at the inner level, gross level, to the ability they have, to the possibility they have, they are going on working. That is how still this world is intact in spite of us. How many thousands of rishis in Stula and Sukshma Rupa seated and doing the tapasyas, doing the prarthanas, doing the sankalpas for the integration, sustenance of this universe. They're all subtle things. That cannot be seen by our gross eyes, etc. But that's working. How many Rishi Munis, Loka Samasta, Sukhino Bhavan, they are doing, that's why the beings are getting their food, their security and all. तो बात समझ में आया ना? Today's common sense thought is a cosmic thought today. How much we can expand. Two things only I told you. Grossest to the subtlest, individual to the total. Sthula se Sukshma, Veshti se Samashti. This is called evolution. And this can be talked for 10 days. As I said, so many things. One topic can be taken up. We can discuss on that. So many thoughts can be developed. But you are wise. Hint is given. Samajhdar ko ishara kafi. Om, 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 Om. Purnamadah. Shruti Matre Namaha. Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu. Thank you.